everyone, welcome back. I'm Meg and this is Allie and we are rated MA, and today we are continuing our watch of The Legend of Vox Machina, and we are watching season 1 episode 2, The Terror Tal'Dorei part 2. So hi Allie, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Megan. I think we should play rollies.
Okay. Who's your favorite character?
I have my Vax die.
I got my keyless.
I'm gonna give Vax a chance because I rolled like shit last episode.
Come on, Vax. Hey, at least like if you roll a 1, you gotta re-roll because he's a rogue. So
If it's Vax, Vax gets it's not even because he's a rogue, it's because he's got the lucky feat, which lets him re-roll.
all right, ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, rollies. 14.
I rolled a 5. Damn it, Vax.
Keyless strikes again.
Maybe Pike will roll better. Pike rolled a 13. Pike rolls better.
Keyless seems to win once again. My girl. Hi, if you're new here, welcome to our channel. And if you see Allie and I looking down at any point during the episode, that we have notebooks and are taking notes, and we have a notes portion at the end of the episode. I was bad last episode because I was so I was entranced by the episode and seeing.
She didn't take a single note. Not one.
Listen, Vaxel Dan Vassar is hot, and no one could tell me different.
He's my baby.
He's so good. So without any further ado, do you have anything else you'd like to add before jumping in?
If for some reason you're watching this episode and didn't watch the first one, Meg and I have seen the show about 100 times each, so we know everything about the show. And we're just watching this because we love this show. I'm a big Critical Role fan. Meg is getting into Critical Role. Both of us play D&D. That's all you really need to know.
Pretty much. And we just want to bring you on this journey with us and see us watching this together because it's just a good time.
When season 4 comes out, trust we will be watching it. And the Mighty Nein.
Yeah, I was going to say when the Mighty Nein comes out, expect us to be doing pretty much drops as soon as we can after that show comes out.
Yeah, if you think I'm bad in this, wait until you see me in the Mighty Nein.
You're just in love with Liam O'Brien. Just admit it.
Correct. Let's jump into the episode.
Something in my eye. Ah.
Your finger.
Shut the fuck up.
Aye. And the monster is still unknown. But you are the arms of Amon. Our training, our devotion to this land. No matter the danger, victory is ours if we fight with honor and raise our swords on high.
You heard the general. For Amon, as one.
That's Felicia Day, very famous nerd.
Blowing through tonight.
One thing about this I just noticed, we didn't see Ruidus at all. If you know, you know what Ruidus is. Just Katha.
Stand your ground. Archers, make ready. Let loose fire.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Lightning? An arrow.
I think they can take it. I think that was Matt Mercer.
Ooh. That gives me throwbacks to the Gorman Massacre.
Oh my god, Meg!
You know that scene where K2SO just picks her up and
Yes!
throws her?
Of course I know. I knew exactly what scene you were talking about. That's just fucked up.
I'm fucked up.
You're fucked in the head.
Ah, Sir Finn's finally joins us. I hope this crisis hasn't kept you from your skulking.
I've been gathering intelligence we sorely lack. Seems your band of fools have gone missing.
This guy.
Sent Vox Machina to their doom?
Doom? We don't know the meaning of the word.
Well, I certainly don't.
I certainly don't.
We hid and it flew away.
I will say, I love the way they animate Scanlan's chest hair. Just always makes me laugh when I look at it. It's just like those little fucking curly cues. I laugh every time I see it.
He looks like he belongs in like an 80s porno.
The whole joke is that Scanlan used to fucking cast disguise self and turn into Burt Reynolds. It was a whole
What if
thing.
it attacks the city? We'd be sitting ducks.
What would you have me do? Let it burn more farmland? Slaughter more innocents?
All right, you heard him. Clear out.
Hey, hands off. I'm leaving. Please.
Don't kill it before we do. Your offer's still on the table, right?
Me. That's us with Trinket.
Correct.
Piece of scrap leather.
Oh! I didn't catch anybody's name.
So, what do we do next? Vax and Pike go to Gilmore's. Buy us a weapon that can kill a dragon.
Yes, the fucking
There it
door
is.
is the Critical Role logo. Oh my god, I never noticed that before. That's so funny. I've seen this show 1,000 times and there's still things that I'm picking up.
And that just shows you can see a show as many times as you think and you'll always find something.
Trying to see if I have the Critical Role logo so people can see it. Yeah. This is the I don't know if you guys can see it right here on the back. Oh yeah, there you go. That is the logo, the D20 with the sword in it. That was what's on the door. Gilmore!
I love his and Vax.
Wait! Hold on, guys. I'm actually gonna rewind because I need to point something out. Hold on, I'm going back.
I was gonna say, I love his and Vax's relationship so much.
Okay, wait. I think I just fucking saw Sprinkle in here. Hold on. Yes, it's Sprinkle! Tus Glove!
Tus Glove, there it is.
That's a big thing that's gonna come up in campaign 2. They just made it a real book, and it comes out this summer.
Oh, Tus Glove?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can relate.
Hi, still here. Is there any way to stop them?
Oh my god, I
Honestly,
can't believe
there's
fucking
no simple way
the
to kill a
fucking weasel's up there. How have I never noticed him up there before?
Largely poetic drivel.
The worm
I
shall
also love
only
that he
find
blows the
defeat
dust
in the
off and Pike
gorge
starts
where the
coughing.
twin rivers meet.
Because she's at eye level. I just love that detail. It's so funny.
You get what you pay for.
Gilmore, this is all very helpful. Even the bullshit. If we survive this, I owe you dinner.
Oh?
You owe me more than that, my handsome half-elf.
All right, you two. Foreplay's over. We should probably go.
Stu are freaky.
I love those two so much. Freak recognizes freak. What can I say?
Really do.
The brothel? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can investigate there for
Oh, look, there's Matt
hours if
Mercer
we
in the
need to.
background.
Yeah,
Oh, there's one Matt so far in this episode.
Matt spotting.
It's that thin-lipped crypt keeper. Come on.
That thin-lipped crypt keeper has made it into my day-to-day lexicon. I do find that so funny. I think
So
about that.
good.
Like, I catch myself in the morning when I'm very pale, no makeup on, greasy skin. I'm like, that thin-lipped crypt keeper.
You keep an eye on that house. I'll go get the others.
right. Can you pick me up a sandwich on the way back?
What? No, I'm not going on a food run, dummy. Ooh, please?
Oh, please.
Open your back door, baby. Loosen your hinges, I'll show you my key.
Every once in a while, I'll hear someone say, "Hey, can you open the door?" And in my head, I hear, "Open your back door, baby." Hear it every time.
I just really wish I was in the room with like Sam Riegel whenever he's just writing Scanlan songs.
Oh, you think? Why don't you three head to the second floor? Scanlan and Grog search the attic. Vax and I will start.
Scooby-Doo over here.
Aha! We caught you blue-handed, chicken humper. Drop your blade.
Stupid.
What? No, you don't understand. I'm not stealing anything.
Of course you're not. And that sword isn't to murder General Krieg with either, right?
Pike, I think it is.
You must listen to me. These documents are evidence. General Krieg is planning.
Owies.
What? Krieg.
That was so Scooby-Doo. Freak!
That's what I'm saying, man.
I've got him.
Finesse,
Ah, the rug on the floor.
Yep, the Chroma Conclave.
He's gone. Quite the keen observation, Scanlan. There must be a hidden exit or trap door. Fan out. Look for some kind of fulcrum.
Wait, a fuck room?
A fuck room?
I mean, that's what I heard.
A lever,
That's what
a
I heard.
button. Just
It's so
stand over
funny.
there, Grog, and don't touch anything.
And I will say, for as talented as every voice actor is in this series, Travis Willingham delivers some of the best acting performances in this show. Liam does too. Liam in season 3 has one moment that is like that literally brought chills to me. But in episode 10 of season 1, the kill box, Travis Willingham delivers one of my favorite lines in the whole show for Strong Draw, and it is so good, and his voice is so powerful. Love it. I love Travis Willingham.
Nice work. Brilliant, really.
No, it was nothing. She threw a book at a head. It was nothing.
Wherever we are, we're far from Iman. No way.
You killed. God! God!
Don't mess with the dragon's lair.
Remember? Seems excessive for anyone. Magic scrolls, jewels, potions. Is this a troll deck?
Troll dick.
Why did I not catch that before?
You know what? Uriel can keep his paltry payment. We're rich!
Wait. This golden fall.
I never noticed like if Pike is holding up a whole chest behind her. She dropped it. Okay.
I didn't do that. Did I do that?
This better not happen in our D&D campaign. I will tell you that now. We're currently in a cave system.
There was a time when dragons ruled all of Tal'Dorei. When we ruled the entire world.
Did he just say we?
Yeah, so about that, Percy.
Didn't see that coming, did you, Vex?
Ooh.
Pike is definitely one of my favorites, I think. I really like Ashley Johnson too, so not that I dislike anyone from the cast or any character.
I don't dislike any of them, but I definitely do have like a tier.
Yeah, I definitely have some that I prefer more than others.
Doesn't matter. Can't do shit if it's in the air.
Where the twin rivers meet. Knack, you see that? We have to get it on the ground. Vex, do you hear me?
Yes! This way! I've got a plan! Oh, another one? Shut up!
Shut up!
Maybe we don't fight as one. Maybe we do what we do best. What? We have no best!
So what do you want us to do? Run out and yell, "Hey, Dragon Man! We don't know what the fuck we're doing!"
Yeah.
Maybe I'll squash you too.
Oh, as if either of you could kill anything. A preening, pea-coated peacock and a witless goon.
You watch yourself, peasant.
If the three of you will shut up already and let me kill this inflated windbag.
Tell me. I am the Iron Storm. You are nothing but insect. Impossible.
Gotcha.
No! You got this!
Fucking Naruto run always kills me. Come on, baby!
Got it. You got it, Vax. Scanlan's hand, baby.
I love Vax running on the rocks. That's so fucking cool. That's so
It's so
rogue.
cool.
A little bit of magic weapon. Attaboy, Grog. Sir Gregory Stonejaw.
Oh, fuck this day.
Vax, you're so real for that.
It's my baby. My sweet baby boy who nothing bad ever happens to him and he's happy forever.
You shut your mouth.
Not the troll dick.
The fact that he took it with him.
We got him, kid.
And if you want to know why I love Vax so much, that scene right there.
I proclaim you all protectors of the realm and honorary members of the Council of Tal'Dorei.
Keys? Parchment? Where's our reward?
You're holding it. The deed to your new keep here in Imar.
Sister, we have a home.
Aww.
Sister, we have a home.
I'm ruining a moment right now, aren't I? Yep, I'm just gonna go over here now.
As protectors, you must understand that the threat is far from over. We suspect Krieg may have been part of a larger plot. As such, I have arranged an important banquet to discuss.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this.
Delightful, really. We have a wonderful cook.
We trust you will all attend. In fact, several dignitaries should be on their way as we...
I forgot this was at the end of this episode.
I did too.
Lady Briarwood, there's something blocking the road.
Can you go around it, Desmond?
Allow me, my love.
That's Matt.
All right, that's 2 Matts.
Only 2 Matts this episode that I caught. There could have been more.
The fuck?
Yeah, he just moves different, Chief. I don't know what to tell you.
This is why you don't talk to strangers.
I don't think every stranger is going to come around and like rip a hole in your chest, but some of them will try.
Especially in the world of D&D, you know?
That is true. In D&D, it's a little different. All right.
There's the end.
That's the end of that episode.
That was The Legend of Vox Machina, Season 1, Episode 2, The Terror Tal'Dorei, Part 2, Allie. What did you think?
It was. I really like this episode. I think I like this episode more than the first one. I don't know if there's like a specific reason why, but I definitely do. This episode is fun for a few different reasons, just because there's like a lot of little tiny Easter eggs throughout, which obviously you guys saw me talk about them earlier, specifically in Gilmore's shop. But yeah, what did you think, Meg?
I think this episode, now that I think about it, might be almost equal to the first one with me, because I love so many aspects about the beginning of the first episode that kind of like upped that a little bit more, but the episode makes me, we saw, emotional. But yeah, this one's really good too. I really, really like it. And it kind of shows like their dynamic as they, you know, battle together and everything, and all of it and how they work together kind of as a group a bit more. I'm a big fan of this episode. I did take a few notes for this episode, so I'm doing better than the first one.
Good. I took a couple as well. So however you want to get into notes here, lead the way.
Sure. I mean, I just basically kind of just touched on the fact that Krieg is the blue dragon. The Chroma Conclave rug. Oh my god. That was in Krieg's kind of cellar office hidden kind of thing. And then the Briarwoods made an appearance. They're interesting people. If you haven't seen this show, I won't spoil it for you. You're watching along with us, but be prepared. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, if you know nothing about Critical Role, if you know nothing about the Legend of Vox Machina, you're just hanging out with us. The Briarwoods are there, and they do some stuff.
They got a manor, so that's pretty sick for them. And Vax was like, "We have a home,
sister. We have a home called Gray Skull Keep. I think is the name of their estate. I believe it's called Gray Skull Keep."
But yeah, I mean, it's just overall really great episode. It's definitely setting up for, you know, we're getting a little bit deeper, so a little bit more is going to be dropped. So it's pretty cool. And then, like you said, the Easter egg's pretty neat. So what do you got?
You just said something interesting where we're about to get into this. These 2 episodes take place pre-campaign, as far as the audience knows. So what I'm referring to is that when the Critical Role crew first started playing this Dungeons & Dragons game, the Vox Machina campaign, they played for about 2 years at home before they started streaming it. They were encouraged to start streaming by Felicia Day, who made an appearance in this episode as one of the guards that was killed in that very first scene. Felicia Day used to run a channel called Geek and Sundry, which is originally where the Vox Machina campaign debuted. And I think the entirety of the Vox Machina campaign was on Geek and Sundry. And then the first 20 episodes, the Mighty Nein was there before Critical Role consolidated and became their own company, and then they have the rights to the rest of Mighty Nein and then all of Bell's Hells. So this whole thing about them meeting Allura, them meeting Sovereign Uriel, moving to Iman, all this other stuff, As far as I am aware, that happened pre-campaign, which means if you were to start with season 1, episode 1 of, or I'm sorry, if you were to start with the very first episode of the Vox Machina campaign, I do not believe you would get this information. So that's what's interesting about this, is that these are kind of like a little prequel, these 2 episodes, and then the 3rd episode starts us right in the thick of it with what is known as the Briarwood arc, which Meg and I just hinted at. 2 of the characters that we saw at the end of this episode are Silas and Delilah Briarwood, who are, spoilers, the big bads of not only of this campaign or this season, but kind of the campaign, to be completely honest with you. So there's that, which is really fun. I had a note that we saw Felicia Day, who was here at the beginning, and she had a big influence on Critical Role. She was the reason they started streaming in the first place. Critical Role started as a birthday gift to Liam O'Brien. It was his birthday, and he had met a bunch of these people that were all kind of nerdy. He was like, hey, we should play Dungeons and Dragons for my birthday. And a bunch of them had never played before. Matt offered to DM. They played once, had such a good time. They were like, holy shit, we should do this again. Kept coming back. 2 years went by, and then they started streaming, and they've done it every Thursday night pretty much ever since, and it's been great. One of the things in this world that is never really explained in the show, but I know just from general campaign, is that this fictional world that this series takes place in, Exandria, has 2 moons. Catha, which is your standard moon, the big white one, and Ruidus, the small red moon that is like tethered to Catha. We saw a shot of Catha, the white moon, the big moon, in this episode, but did not see Ruidus, which I thought was interesting. There is a shot later in the show where you will see Catha and Ruidus side by side. So I just thought it was interesting that we didn't see Ruidus here. There was a hint at something to come later in which Allura said she had fought a red dragon before. We will learn more about that as the season goes on. There were some hints at some stuff from further campaigns, the Mighty Nein specifically. In Gilmore's shop, we saw Sprinkle. Obviously, you guys saw me see Sprinkle. And Tus Glove, which are 2 things that came up a lot in the Mighty Nein campaign, which was super fun. We got the dynamic between Gilmore and Vax. We kind of have like a lovers, kind of friends with benefits kind of vibe between the 2 of them, which I love. We saw Matt Mercer as like a cameo NPC in the background. No dialogue, just like chilling in the background. One thing that was worth mentioning is that there was the Vox Machina crew trying to get in the door of Krieg's estate, and they couldn't, which is a long-running gag from the campaign in which, for whatever reason, whenever they tried to break into a building, they always struggled with doors. There was an ongoing joke that doors were the #1 enemy of the Critical Role cast. So I just thought that was funny that that came up as well. I also had a note about the Chroma Conclave rug. I also had a note. My last note is that, well, actually, not my last note. Let me mention this real quick. You guys heard a very familiar voice. If you're familiar with Avatar: The Last Airbender, you heard the voice of Azula. I believe her name is Grey. It's either Grey Delisle or Grey Delise. I think I normally say Delise. I think it's Delisle. I'm not 100% sure. Please correct me on the pronunciation of her name. She voices Azula. She is the voice of Delilah Briarwood in this show, which is so awesome because she's such a good baddie.
She is.
The last thing I wanted to bring up is kind of a screenwriting, kind of like a technical thing, which is the subverting of expectation, in which this show sets you up to believe, obviously, Finch is going to be the bad guy. He's kind of creepy. He's got a weird pallor. He doesn't really seem to get along with everyone. He's being suspicious. But this show manages to subvert expectations by forcing you to say, oh, it wasn't like the weird guy. It was the friendly general who seemed to be like well respected, well loved. I just thought that was very interesting. I think that is something that certain audiences, I think, will see that coming and will know to expect that. And then some people, I think, will not see that coming, which is always really fun. Because I've seen a bunch of reactions to the show where people are like, oh, well, obviously it's this guy. And then when it's not, they're like, oh, wait a minute. I just thought that was really cool. So that was the last note that I had that was worth mentioning.
This is just such a good show. I love the show.
I do too. I can't even wait till we get into like season 2 and stuff.
Yeah, season 2 is good. Season 2 is really good.
Season 2's great. Yeah, season 2. Season 2's got a lot of good back stuff, which obviously I'm into.
But on that note, I don't really think I have a lot else to say. I mean, I just love this show and I'm really excited that we're doing it. I will bring up one thing that I think is really cool with animation compared to cinematography when you're out. So cinematography, unless you're on a soundstage or controlled set, you have to go by the day, like the way the sun is in that day. With animation, they have to know where the sun is and what time of day it is, where it's gonna be, how that all. I just think that is just so interesting and so cool. I really just want to sit down with an animator. Like that has always been like a huge thing of mine that I've always wanted to sit down and be like, how do you plan out the cinematography? How do you with the lighting? How do you do this? How do you plan this? Like if you're an animator or anything like that, please, I would love to just listen to you and just like understand planning of it all because I think animation's so freaking cool. And yeah.
I will say a little bit on that. I know that from a screenwriting perspective, it is very common to like timestamp when certain scenes are occurring. So usually in a script, it'll say like exterior forest early morning or exterior forest noon or exterior forest midnight, whatever. So at least for certain scenes in a cluster of scenes, they'll know what the timing of it is.
Yeah.
And I would say normally a script is pretty linear in that, okay, if we have a scene in the morning, the next shot's probably going to be the afternoon. Then the shot after that's probably going to be at night, or we're going to loop back to the next day. It kind of follows that. Not always the case. When in shows where they jump around from scenes to scenes, they show you things at the future early, and then they show you flashbacks or whatever that can get a little convoluted, but in terms of a show like this where they're going scene by scene by scene by scene over the course of a few days without jumping through time, it's probably much easier to dictate that type of stuff. So I will say that there is that which will help, I think, with animation.
Definitely for helping. Yeah, that would definitely be a huge help in what they go off of. But just the fact of like they'd have to know exactly what direction are they facing at this time of day? Are they facing north,
Right.
south, east, west? Where's the sun? Where is this? Like that's the part where I'm just kind of like, how do you do it? How do you do it?
Yeah, I mean it's a great question.
Yeah, because I'm like, how do you decide if the character's north, the south? Like, do you they have the map of Alexandria? Like, do they know like where they're at on the map? Like, do they know and then what direction they are? Like, these are the questions I have.
I mean, it's a great question. It's worth asking.
If you're an animator, help us. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today.
I'm good too. I want to get into the next one.
Yeah. More Vaxeldan. Let's go.
Yes. Well, next episode's more Percy, but we'll get into that.
Percy's great too. I do love Percy. Keyless is my number one. Then it goes Vax, and then so on and so forth. So, but those are my top two. Love them.
Yeah. I think my top two, it's so interesting. I don't know that I have a top two. I definitely have a top one, Vax. And then I probably would put maybe Pike and Grog.
Like tie 'em?
Yeah. Yeah. I really like
Interesting.
Pike and I really like Grog. I think Pike is a fascinating character and I like that she is the like pseudo moral compass of their group. And then Grog is just so funny to me. I just love Grog. Grog grew on me a lot. I never disliked him. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. I never disliked Grog. I just don't think he was my favorite. Vax was always my favorite, has always been my favorite, probably will always be my favorite. But the more I watched of Critical Role and the more I got familiar with Grog as a character in the actual campaigns versus the show, I was like, oh no, I fuck with him. I just love him.
Grog's really great. I especially love him in the Feywild.
Yeah, he's got an intelligence of 6. He knows what he's doing. To quote Travis Willingham.
Grog is one of my top favorites for sure. I think he's probably in the middle for me. Yeah, out of all of them. Let me just do my tier. It goes like Keyleth, Vax, Grog. That's hard because I love Percy. Percy, Pike, Vex.
Scanlan's your least favorite?
No, actually, switch Scanlan and Vex. I think put Scanlan above Pike. Yeah,
Okay.
Scanlan, Pike, Vex. Yeah, I think that's my tier.
Okay. That's fair. Mine is probably Vax, Pike, Grog, Keyleth, Scanlan, Percy, Vex.
Poor Vex. Poor Vex. Sorry, Laura.
I have nothing against Vex. I
Mhm.
like Vex plenty. I just like the other characters so much more.
Yeah.
And it's really funny too because and Laura, I know Laura doesn't give a fuck because Jester is like one of the fan favorite characters. Jester is her character in campaign 2. No skin off her nose, you know what I mean? Like Vex has her lovers, so there's plenty of people out there that love Vex. She is just not my particular favorite. I just think in terms of I've never played a ranger myself in the D&D games that I've done. My first D&D character I ever played was a rogue. So obviously makes sense that I love Vax. I love rogues. And then Caleb Widowgas, my other favorite. My favorite class is wizard. So, it just makes sense for me. So
And it makes sense for me because my favorite class is Druid with
Yeah,
Keyleth.
druids are real fun.
All right, Allie, I think that's about it. Do you want to, go?
Go watch another one? Yes, I do.
All right, fantastic. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and we hope that you stick with us for the rest of Vox Machina. And on Fridays, you will catch us releasing Arcane, which is pretty cool. So it's actually kind of pretty much my first watch. I remember bits and pieces, like very little. So it's like me for the first time. Not Allie, but for me, yeah.
You guys can check us out for Arcane, which is going to be coming out on Fridays. Our Vox Machina reactions will be out Mondays and Wednesdays, as you guys already should have seen. But yeah, you guys can check us out next week when we continue on with this season and all the seasons. And then we will be doing the Mighty Nein as well. We've said that before, but we will 100% be doing the Mighty Nein and anything else the Critical Role comes out with, because that's my shit.
Yes, agreed.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye!
Bye!